IVM.
Hi,
You're
listening to IVM
Daily. Hello and welcome to IVM Daily. I am Priyanka and I have Karthik and Swati with me. Hello, Priyanka.
Hello, Priyanka.
Hello. So today I am going to be talking about this really interesting topic which was suggested by Karthik. And it's, a lot of us have lots and lots of stories and sob stories about this.
Yes.
Which is basically about, your times when you've missed your trains or flights and your experience to do with it.
Scooters and cycles and
Everything.
bikes.
Yeah, the hope of getting onto something, but you can see it go. Yeah, so guys, get started. Tell me.
Karthik, you tell us first. And stop swinging.
So every time there's a pause and we're thinking who we have to point out a question to, we already know that it's Karthik. So we're not... So yes, Karthik, you are first in line.
Okay, this is sad and funny, both sad and funny for me. This happened on Jan somewhat mid.
This year?
Yeah, this year.
Okay.
So it was my friend's wedding, so he booked a flight for me. He booked a freaking flight for me 3 months before. So I was like, I stay in Kharghar, by the way. Like, everyone knows about it, but still. So I was waiting for my bullock cart. Like, okay, bullock cart नहीं है वहाँ पे. हाँ, auto होता है. Bullock carts नहीं है वहाँ पे. Seriously.
I was like, what is he saying?
No.
He was trying to be funny.
But I'm not.
There's like no reaction, guys. 3
Like,
seconds.
She reacted like.
No, I was like,
Yeah.
what?
So, I was waiting for my auto. So we hardly get autos over there. So,
Really?
Yeah, there's a problem. Commutation is a huge problem in Kharghar because the station is on one end and people stay on the other end.
You want us to cry?
No.
Okay.
I know. So I finally get an auto and I'm already half an hour late, like waiting for the auto. So my dad was like, "तू ओला बुक कर ले, दूर जा रहा है." तो like, ओला कौन बुक करेगा, पैसा कौन वेस्ट करेगा, मैं ट्रेन से ही जाऊंगा. So I was like, okay, ठीक है, auto मिल गया. Then I waited for the train and the train came. I didn't see the destination, like where is it going. So I just hopped on, yeah. So then, as usual, like I sleep in the train. So I slept. I dozed away. So after that, I realized that this is a Thane train. I'm supposed to catch a CST train.
Okay.
So midway I realized that abhi nikalna padega. So I get down at Koper Kherne. Then after that, I realized that I'll book an Ola. Like औकात पे आ गया. So it came somewhere close to $500. I reached the airport late, like 15 minutes before the flight could take off. So then after that,
Did they let you board?
no.
They did not let you board.
Yeah. So I was like, I want to get in. Like, it's my friend's wedding. Please andar jane do.
But you didn't tell us where were you going?
Hyderabad.
Hyderabad, okay.
So I was like, please, like I'll buy another ticket. So it was for 10,000 grams.
Oh.
So I buy the ticket and I was like, अच्छा ठीक है जो हो गया भूल जाते. Let me just cancel the ticket जो पहले लिया था. So I cancel the ticket. I get $300.
Okay.
Then after 15 minutes, I realized I cancelled the return ticket.
Oh shit! That is...
So I booked the ticket worth
Karthik Mohan.
10,000. Then I cancelled the return ticket.
Wow.
Then I narrated the whole thing to my friend. Now you tell me what I'm supposed to do. Like, bhai rehn de, reception udhar hoga. I'll call you then. Then I had to cancel the 10,000 ka ticket as well.
Karthik Mohan, tumse na ho paega.
So
shit, so you didn't go for the wedding?
No, I missed it. And after that I had an expensive lunch. So like, abhi kuch to aaya airport, kuch to kiya, just to make me feel I want to feel comfortable. Ki matlab I was
So did you not
sobbing.
feel frustrated or, were you not angry with
I
yourself?
was
What did I
blank.
do?
I was blank. Like, there were many decisions that I could have taken
Yeah.
proactively, but I didn't. So I was like, at least I have a funny story to tell.
There's some
Yeah.
anxiety related to travel, right? Because you have to get somewhere, you
Yeah.
obviously spend money,
Yeah.
and you're on a schedule, you have to get there at some time. So I think it just always
Ticking, this-
squeezes,
yeah.
squeezes you out for some reason. Okay.
Were you going for the first time alone?
So usually there's a trend in our family. If someone dies, that's the only time you get to board a flight.
Okay.
So this was the first time that I was going for a happy moment, but
And that too alone, probably that would be the reason.
So Priyanka, how was your experience with the same?
I usually come from a family and I'm a person who has travel anxiety for like 10 days in advance. Okay, like people will be like, I have to start packing, I have to board. They'll be there. You would have come across these memes where the family, I just came across one recently where this family has sat at the dining table with their bags packed, saying that these are my parents at 10 a.m. for like a 5 p.m. flight. Okay, so they are just ready like this. I was like, that's so freaking true. Like they're almost on the way out of the house and they're just sitting. So I would never ever dream of even think of like missing a flight or a train, but I did. And it was an international flight, and I was alone, and it was basically after a 4-day crazy wedding. I do a solo trip to Bangkok from Phuket, and I'm just tired, right? Like I've dragged all these bags across islands, and I'm like carrying all these lehengas and all this crap. And I was like, dude, can I just sit? Like, can I just sit? My arms are
Can I
hurting.
just sit and miss my flight?
So I can see this calendar notification that's popping, and I'm like, no, maybe it's just tomorrow's day. I'm like dazed, and suddenly I'm like, what the? Okay, so I wake up in my hostel bed because I see some people screaming outside, and they've just come back from a late night out, and so I'm dazed, and I hold my ticket in my hand. So I go up to them, I'm like, listen, I think I've missed my flight. Can you just put some sense into me? Can you tell me that I'm just tell me that like I've mistaken something or whatever? And they're like, so they read the ticket and they're like, oh, you have missed your ticket, sweetheart. And I was like, sweetheart, and then, luckily it was Bangkok and not somewhere in Europe that I would like pay some
Seriously.
20,000 euros. So I quickly I'm like, okay, I have some few hours here. It's okay, it's fine. I just go down, book a new ticket, and I kill myself for it for a few months because I was like, shit, I have to pay my credit card bill. But it was stupid. It was really stupid, and I've never missed a flight or a bus.
And you
ever.
know, that moment when you realize that you've done it, actually, you just go blank, like Karthik was saying, that you don't
Yeah.
realize what has just happened to you.
Yeah, the screw up is that, I missed it, and I did have a few hours with me, which means I could have still gone out, but I just couldn't because of like how stupid of me. Like I was just coaxing myself. I was like, oh no, now I'm ready to go to the airport, and now take me. I want to go the next hour. But I was like, I just couldn't enjoy those extra few hours, and I was like, just let's get done with it. And on top of that, I had a really bad flight back. So that was my story. I have never
Sad
missed a flight.
story.
I will never miss a flight. It was really stupid. I was really sleepy. But
And this was few years back.
no, this was in March this year.
Oh God, you guys have some, fresh stories.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I have never, I've taken international flights before. I have never, because anyway for international flights, you have to be there a couple of hours early. And that means your whole night, anyway, you're going to be up. I am
yeah.
always up and awake. I was like,
Seriously,
no,
yeah.
I'm not sleeping. But, okay, cool, whatever. I mean, I learned my lesson. And, that was that. What about
Okay.
you, Swati?
So for me, it was a domestic flight like Karthik. But my story is a little more,
Intense.
not intense but stupid, I would say, because I was right there inside the airport. I was not, it was not like I was running to reach, to catch my flight or anything. I had the boarding pass in my hand and still I missed the flight.
What the
Can
hell
you
were you
imagine?
doing?
Because I was in a store checking out stuff.
So, did you get any announcements?
No, I
Nothing?
didn't hear it.
You
I
missed
didn't hear.
it.
Yeah, I missed it. And they were announcing last and final call. I didn't hear the last and
She's
final
so
call.
much into the.
What were you shopping?
I don't remember. I think I was inside some electronics store and looking at stuff.
Did you buy something?
You better have bought like...
No,
this better be worth something, okay?
So, and then because it was a professional, duty tour that I was on, and God, it was 7 a.m. and I missed the flight. Imagine I reached airport.
Tell me what your boss said after that.
I didn't tell her. Because I couldn't. I was like, she'd asked me that, what were you doing? And
So
what
then
did I
you
say?
booked your own flight.
Yeah, so I had to pay 6,000 rupees and extra because I told them that I have a boarding pass and all those things, but I was not feeling well in this and that, and I had to make a story and tell them. And then they were like, we can accommodate you, but you'll have to pay extra money for that.
This is for another flight, right?
This is for another flight.
Okay.
And then I had to, actually I was going for an interview. I was going for Gulzar's interview basically. I was like, luckily the interview was at 2:00 and I got the cheapest flight in the morning because early morning flights are cheaper. So, and it's an office tour. So you obviously, end up paying less when you were on duty tour. So then I had to pay that extra money because I could not have gone back to office and told them, I did this. So you have to pay for that gap, you have to fill that. But luckily the interview was at 2 p.m. so I could make it in time, and I reached Bombay. The flight was from Delhi to Bombay.
Still, the worst part being you didn't buy a thing from that shop.
No, because then I panicked.
And then she realized...
when I realized and I started running towards the gate, that gate was closed and I was like, God, what do I do now? I mean, and the staff, they don't help you out in that situation. No, they can't actually, because everything gets closed and it's beyond their control.
And
so.
they would obviously love it if you book yourself another ticket.
And pay extra money.
Yeah.
And that hurts you like anything.
Seriously. And when, oh God, when especially you're not going on a personal trip or it's not for pleasure, then it pinches you even more.
And back then, I like... the amount that I bought the ticket from was from my internship money. So that hurts even more. Like,
seriously, I mean,
you're
you're already earning this much and then...
मैं 2 महीने का तनख्वाह
2 महीने का तनख्वाह
10K.
Karthik Bhuvan, you would not miss another flight.
I mean, you would not willingly, right? Obviously.
Yeah, no one misses their flight willingly.
No, but he reached late, He was late.
I can blame the traffic for that.
Yeah, really.
You can't.
You can't. You were sleeping in the train.
What?
So I think it was just destined to happen.
So even now you sleep during this train journey?
Every time. That's the only time that I sleep properly well. I don't know why.
Sleep properly?
But, yeah.
What do you do at home?
No, like, I like the movement,
While sleeping?
Yeah, while sleeping. It's like
a lot of people like,
motion.
travel sleep. Yeah.
Reminds you of your mom.
Sleeping in motion.
No, that sounded
That
sounded like
wrong and can be misunderstood. So that was our tidbit of our stories of memories we actually don't want to remember. I'm guessing because they left us with a hole in our pockets. At least for me. So that was about our experiences of missing trains and flights, and we hope that we never have any more stories. To do with it.
But our listeners, if they have stories, they can share with us. They can tweet to us.
Yes, please do. You can tweet to us, write to us on, any of our social media. We are at IVM Podcast. You can also reach out to us individually. I am Priyanka1091 on Twitter.
I'm Swati Bakshi02 on Twitter.
I'm _the Karthik_ on Instagram.
This underscore mystery you have to resolve for us.
So while he does that, we'll be back and stay tuned for our next episode on IVM Daily. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Give me a word. या कोई भी लाइन. कुछ भी हो सकता है यार. क्या कहा आपने? टोपी. Okay. Mohan Joshi hated wearing topis. He felt suffocated in them. टोपी पहनते ही उसे स्कूल की याद आती थी. Where of course he had no choice but to wear a टोपी. But जिस दिन पास आउट हुआ, उसी दिन उसने अपनी टोपी का bonfire बना दिया. And since then, he'd never worn a cap or a hat. ना कड़कती धूप में, and not even to बचो from the ठंडी. But from Monday 26th February Mohan Joshi had to wear a topi all the time. Why? Because if he didn't, everyone around him knew exactly what kya soch raha tha. They knew that he was wondering how the girl in the yellow churidar would look bina kapde ke. They knew when he was calling the boss a sadela tomato. They knew everything. पर ये सब हुआ कैसे? अरे भाई, यही तो स्टोरी है. और ये स्टोरी आप ही ने मुझे दिया by giving me the starting word. यही तो है The Croc's Tales. Words आपके, कहानी आपके लिए. Catch the stories on Monday and Thursday on the IVM website, app, and anywhere you get your podcast from. See you soon.
Hi, my name is Anupam Gupta. I'm B50 on Twitter. I am the host of Paisa Vaisa, a show that talks money. On my show, I speak to experts from every field of money and finance. From stock markets, equities, debt funds, credit cards, life insurance, every possible area of money and finance that you can think of. We even did an episode on cryptocurrency. I've got fantastic guests from mutual funds to personal finance experts everywhere. Robo-advisory, startups, just name it, we've got it. At Paisa Vaisa, we help you make smart decisions about money. You work hard for money. Now make your money work hard for you. New episodes out every Monday, and you can listen to my show on the IVM Podcast app or any other podcasting app that you have.